Welcome to the Transfer to LSU Online webinar. My name is Christian. With me, I have Morgan Brunet. She is an admissions counselor for LSU Online. We'll do a little bit lengthier introduction here in just a second, but thank you guys for coming. Thank you for offering up an hour of your afternoon. Just be advised that if you do at any point need to this webinar is going to be recorded and sent out to all of you guys for participating. So you will be able to come back and rewatch and get all of the information that you need. So let's go ahead and get started. A quick agenda for us all. Okay, I don't know where our agenda is. There it is. So let's go back. So we'll go ahead and do introductions now. Like I said, my name is Christian. I am an enrollment concierge with LSU Online. We'll get a little bit farther into job descriptions a little bit later, but essentially I and my team are the first faces and conversations that you'll have when starting the application process at LSU. We work with you through the entire application process, from submitting your application to getting documents. We're kind of your bridge between home and admissions to make sure that you're getting what you need and trying to make that process as streamlined as possible. Also, as I mentioned, with me today is Morgan Brunet. Morgan, will you go ahead and introduce yourself, please?
Yeah, so my name is Morgan. I do work in admissions currently. Before I started in admissions, I was an enrollment concierge with Christian. So I do know about that side of things, you know, the very beginning of the process. And then, you know, I found myself going into the middle of the admittance process, and you know, it's been great, and it's been nice to see both sides of the situations. And you know, I'm here to answer any questions you have. Put them in the Q&A and we'll answer them as we go along.
Yeah, thanks, Morgan. Alrighty, so a quick little agenda. We did our welcome, we've done some introductions. We'll talk about why LSU Online, who we are and what we're about. We'll talk about what we call world-class customer service and dive a little bit deeper into that. We'll go right into some transfer information, academic resources, and then open it up for questions at the end. We will have time for Q&As, but you do have access to the Q&A chat box. So if something comes up in a particular section that we don't cover, throw it in the Q&A. Morgan and I are both going to try to monitor that as we go. So if there's a better opportunity for us to address your question throughout the webinar, we will do that. But we do have time kind of saved at the end for questions if you guys have any. Okay, so I don't know if you guys, if this is blocking this at all. I'm going to move us down a little bit so you can see that. So why LSU Online? Number one, guaranteed admission and pathways for students to and LSU Online campus. So LSU Online, we are the support system for all of our LSU campuses that offer online programs. We have online programs at A&M in Baton Rouge, in Alexandria, in Eunice, and in Shreveport. And so all of our campuses offer different programs. There are different admission requirements, but we're really here to help you find a pathway to the degree that you want. And we've got you know, our continuing education department offers some things that kind of lead into programs that we'll get into a little bit later, but that's the biggest thing, is that we have a pathway for you. We can get you where you want to go, and we have the team set up in order to support you through that process. Second, world-class dedicated concierge service from start to completion. So like I said, the enrollment concierge team, me and my other teammates, are kind of the first conversations that you guys have when you're looking at coming to LSU, whether as a first-time freshman or like you guys as a transfer student. We're those first conversations, figuring out what you want to study, what program you're looking at, kind of your educational background, where you're coming from. And then we kind of start looking at the application process. What pathway is the best pathway to get you where you want to go? Once we get you accepted into a program, we have another leg of that concierge service, your learner concierge, who takes you from acceptance all the way through graduation. So we really are there from start to completion, every point in the process. Next is any size stackable learning options, from just-in-time training, certificates, microcreds, all the way up to graduate degrees. So whatever you're looking for, whatever point in your education journey that you are in, we have something to offer you that leads into all these different pathways. We want LSU students to be lifelong learners, and we really try to start from the ground up, getting you where you want to go education-wise. And then lastly, no credit wasted. Earn college credit for military or professional credentials through prior learning assessments, or what we call PLAs. So a lot of our students are active duty or veteran status military members. A lot of students come in with JSTs. A lot of students come in with, credits that they've earned that way, or certificates or trainings that they've done working in the field, and we want to make the most of those. So there are opportunities for credit to be earned that way through what we call PLAs. Those are decided on a departmental basis, but everything is up for review. We're adding those all the time. So those are definitely conversations that we try to have with you guys from the beginning, and extend those all the way through your time at LSU to make sure that you're getting the most for your money. Let's go down here. Again, about PLAs. So professional military certificates to earn credit towards your degree. A couple of those are listed here. Our microcred programs are really, really, really cool. They are essentially kind of what they say. They're micro, so they're not an entire degree, but they are 3 LSU courses that earn you LSU credit. And we've got them in lots of different things. They are eligible to transfer into different programs. And sometimes students use those for a couple reasons. One, you just need to get a couple extra credit. You just need a little bit more specialization in something, and you don't need a full-blown degree. Microcreds are great for that. You get your foot wet in the online platform. You feel what online classes are like, and you can go into a higher degree if that's something that you're needing. But those microcreds really give you a foundation for what you're studying. It's the beginning couple courses, like I said, 3 courses that create those microcreds. And we push those. We encourage students to look into microcreds because, like this last thing says, shorten the time it takes to earn your degree and save money, right? Save money needs to be in bold. I think that's what everyone wants to hear when they're thinking about going back to school. Save money, right? So these microcreds can do that. You're taking smaller chunks, and they do transfer into a full 2-year, 4-year program. So look into those. If you guys have any questions about that, we'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. And we can definitely, another thing about LSU Online while we're here is that if we can't answer a question for you, we will find a team member who can, right? So we have dedicated team members in our continuing ed department that work with our students for microcreds. And sometimes students come to us thinking they need a 4-year degree when it turns out a microcred is really a better fit. And so we get you to the right team in order to direct you how to do that. So never fear about reaching out and asking questions, because we will find your answers for you. World-class customer service. In this picture, I hope you guys know, this is Mike the Tiger, right? This was at our graduation over the summer, last May, I think, and one of our learner concierges, Chelsea. And this picture just screams world-class customer service to me. That is just such an epitome of our team. We love to have fun. We are really work hard, play hard kind of people. And so I think the biggest part of our customer service is that we win as a team. That's kind of our hashtag, right? We win when you win. And so we are here to support you from application all the way up until you get to take your picture with Mike on graduation day. And with that support, you know that you'll always have someone who's just a phone call away or an email away to answer your questions. We work tirelessly to make sure that we keep you connected to campus, that we are connected to you, to make sure that you have that one point of contact all the way through the process to get your questions answered. See, I'm just giving you my spiel and it's already on the PowerPoint. You have one point of contact on campus, right? We're your go-to. And like I said, if we don't know how to answer your question, we fail forward, we'll say, I don't know, but we can figure it out, and we will hunt down answers for you to make sure that you are getting the best information possible. We're there to give you support, whether that means walking you through the application process or helping you hunt down old transcripts, or really just to give you a pep talk because college is hard, right? Going back to school is hard, and especially sometimes this transfer process isn't the easiest, and so we're there to support you through the entire process to make sure that you're getting what you need and that the transition from school to school is as easy as possible. And then identify on-campus contacts to troubleshoot issues. like I said, if we don't know an answer, we will find one for you. So it is easier for us to go on campus or to reach out to our contacts than maybe it would be for you from home or from work. So we're going to do the legwork for you. We're that point of contact to help you kind of iron out all of those issues and make sure that we find someone to answer your questions and to get you the help that you need. Hello, that's the goal, right? One goal, graduate students. I tell students on the phone all the time, all these programs are 100% online. There's no need for you to ever come to campus. The only thing we encourage you to come to campus for is graduation, because look at it. This is just a fun day. It's a fun day for us. We get to meet you guys. You get to meet your enrollment concierge, your learner concierges. You get to meet some of your professors. You get to take your picture with Mike. It's a fun day to kind of build that community and see who you've been working with the past year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And we really just love getting to celebrate you because we've seen you through the entire application process. So from day one all the way to getting your diploma that day. And that's just really, really neat for us. So one goal, graduate students. That's our mission. That's our main thing. And then this is just my favorite slide, the LSU community, right? So the biggest thing I think I hear from students is that they're worried that they're going to miss out on the college experience when they go online. And I am an LSU online student right now, and I can tell you that cannot be further from the truth. LSU extends its community just beyond borders. We love our students regardless if you're on campus or online. In the bottom right hand corner with the crawfish here, this is Charlotte. Charlotte is part of our marketing team, and this picture was taken from a crawfish boil. So I know that you guys have seen the commercials with the big Southern New Hampshire University bus that is going to deliver their students degrees, right? Well, LSU being LSU, we have crawfish boils. So we are bringing your degrees to you if at all possible. We organize these community events so we can meet our students and we can interact with you guys. We really want you to be as tied to campus as possible because we love our students, and we love that you have chosen us and that you are here with us. And then these top two pictures there, more graduation pictures. It's just a fun day. LSU is just fun. And I feel like I sound like I'm selling you a car. But I truly believe in this LSU community, and the forever LSU family, and that extends to our online students. You are part of this community and we are here for you to be a part of this. Okay, so this slide used to be a lot smaller when Morgan and I started. We had very, very few online programs, but our faculty and staff work day in and day out to grow this list, because we want all students across the globe to be able to come to school online, and we want to offer those programs for you guys. So this is a list of our current programs that we are offering online. It starts over here with our associate's degrees. It goes into our long list of bachelor's degrees. We have graduate certificates, and then our master's degree programs. We didn't list all the micro creds on here, but those are listed on our website. You can find all those online.lsu.edu. I should have written that down. But all of our micro creds are on the website. But this is a pretty good overview. So whether you're looking to start college for the very first time, or come back and get your associate's degree, we've got some options there. Those feed into our bachelor's degrees, your traditional 4-year programs, and then those feed in to our graduate degrees, those master's programs. So we really do have something for everyone. And when I say that we will find a pathway for you to get where you want to be education-wise, we will work to do that. Next. Alrighty, finally, Morgan. Morgan is our expert. She works in our admissions office. She is the one, who's looking at your transcripts and looking at your programs of interest and making sure that you guys meet these admission requirements. So I'm going to turn this over to her so she can talk a little bit about those requirements for us.
Yeah, so transfer admission requirements, this comes straight from our catalog, our transfer admission website, and LSU Online site as well. So 30 or more hours from a regionally accredited university. And with that regional accreditation, it is dependent upon a case-by-case basis. If you happen to go to somewhere like Full Sail University, ITT Tech, they're not typically regionally accredited. But if you take college level coursework that corresponds with courses we offer at LSU, we can look more deeply into how we can have those transfer here. 2.5 GPA is the average we're kind of looking for. Now, it's really going to depend on what program you're applying for. If you apply for construction management and made straight A's in every math course you took, but didn't do so well in English, we take that into consideration as well. We're not going to hold all of that completely against you. So college English and college level math. So that's going to go across the board for all of our majors and departments, basically. At LSU, it's English 1001, just a composition and rhetoric. College algebra is the math course that's required for most of our programs. C or better. With that is one piece that we do find a lot of people are missing, is maybe they have the English and the GPA, but they're missing math. Or maybe they're a little bit low on a GPA, good math grade. Maybe they don't have an English. For situations like that, we do have different pathways for admission. We have the 25 plus program, which we can kind of touch on later, or you can ask about it in the Q&A. But we definitely have pathways if you don't meet every single requirement exactly. It's definitely a holistic review, and we like to take into account as much information as we can, and as we said, with like the PLAs, military credit, things like that go into consideration as well. So this note at the bottom, if you don't have 30 or more transferable credit hours, you must meet the remaining transfer requirements and also freshman requirements. So freshman is a little more broad in what we're looking for. If you're under the age of 25, we do require test scores to be sent in, and proof of graduation, high school graduation, and all that can be found on our site, our catalog as well, and I believe it's on LSU Online, what the broad overview of the freshman requirements are. But this is essentially what we're looking at when we're reviewing our transfer students.
Awesome. Morgan, we did have a question from anonymous attendee. They want to know, typically, how long does the admissions process take? So once a student has submitted all of their documents, what is the turnaround time on an admissions decision?
Right. Okay. So with that one, it's really going to depend on, the documents you're sending in, what type of student you are, whether you are a transfer or re-entry, well, these are all transfers, but if you do have any LSU credit, possibly, that's going to another department. But from the point of having all documents sent in that we need, we are working on a 2 to 5 day turnaround time, and we are working very hard to streamline that as much as we can. Of course, with everything that's going on, working from home, it's been a little harder to do that, but we are hoping to get within the next few months a 2-day turnaround time. That is the goal that we're planning on reaching as soon as possible. And if you happen to have an application that you've noticed you haven't had anybody reach out to you about, you can definitely reach out to me. I can put my information in the chat, and I can take a look at it as soon as possible.
Lovely. And I can attest to you guys, admissions is just a crazy madhouse. I can't imagine working in admissions with the number of applications that LSU gets, but that team could run a small country. They are so diligent and so organized, and they do work really hard to stick to that 2 to 5 day turnaround. And then back on the enrollment concierge side, if a particular application is sent to a different department for review, or there's a holdup of some kind, we stay in contact with admissions for you, and kind of get an update on how long they're looking at turning that application around. So you're not left, to fend for yourself. We are still working with you through that process. So typically 2 to 5 days. Thanks, Morgan, for ironing.
And actually, we do have a question I want to add. Do transferable credits have an expiration date? So no, we don't typically will take the credit. The only thing is, our system that we search for transferability only goes back to 1993. So any courses taken before that, I'm searching for them manually and sending them to the departments. But your credits will never be turned away because they're old or anything like that. I've had credits come through from the 60s and 70s that we've gotten in.
Wow.
So that's definitely not an issue. Yeah, don't have to worry about that. We got you.
Fantastic. I love that. Credits from the 60s and 70s. What was LSU like during the 60s and 70s? Okay, so this is a really important slide. These are our application and start dates. So on the first column, second summer, first fall, first spring, second spring, those are your start dates. Those are the dates that you will actually start class, that the modules begin. In the second column, however, is your application deadline. So in efforts to try to keep admissions stress level down, we do have a cutoff date for applications per term. So the one that we have coming up now is in just a couple weeks. June 15th is the application deadline if you're wanting to start second summer on June 29th. MSW, if any of you are transfer social work students, MSW is its own world. So their deadlines are a little bit different just because it is a two-part application process. We're not going to get too deep into the MSW deadlines, but if you have any questions about social work, please reach out. We have team members that solely work with social work because it is such an intensive process, and they'll be able to answer all of those questions for you. But for every other program besides MSW, those first two columns are applicable, your start dates and your application deadlines. And your concierge we have these, ingrained into our brain. So we really work with you to make sure that you're meeting those deadlines. And if we get down to the wire, we look at, pushing your application to a different term or having those conversations with you to make sure that you're not in any kind of time crunch on your end. Support to available online students. So these are questions that we get a lot as enrollment concierges, because students want to know that you're connected to campus and that you're going to get the help that you need should something arise. They want to know what your resources are. So these are them. Academic coaching, tutoring is a really big one that I get questions about. Financial resources. Our financial aid department is fantastic when it comes to online students and filling out your FAFSA or working with a GI Bill or tuition assistance. We have resources for all of that. A big question that I get a lot is in the second column. The first little block is the Career Center. Online students do have access to the Career Center. You can get, help building a resume. You have access to the job fair that comes to LSU. And your academic advisor, as well as your learner concierge, will make sure that you're connected to all of these resources, right? So we're the point of contact. If you need something, you reach out to us and we will figure out what that looks like and what that help looks like, how to get that to you. But these are just a little snapshot of some of the resources that are available to you guys. And then, like I said, your learner concierge is always available to make sure that you know how to get connected to those, or if there's something that's not listed here that you need help with, we'll get you connected to resources for that as well. The big thing, let me just address the elephant in the room, the bottom one, sports, right? There are tickets. There's an allotted number of tickets for LSU Online students to attend LSU sporting events. And I know that that is just a huge part of LSU culture and being a Tiger. So your enrollment concierge and learner concierge can answer more questions about that. There are a limited number of tickets available, but they are there. So we can talk to you about how to get your name thrown in a pot for those. Make sure if that's something that you want to participate in, which typically is something that everyone wants to participate in, we'll get you that information and make sure that you're connected to that as well. Alrighty, frequently asked questions. This is the time, if you have a question that you've been wanting to ask but haven't, if you don't see it in here, throw it in that chat box. We're nearing that Q&A time, so make sure you get those questions in. But these are some common ones that we get. How do I start my application? There's a link to the application that you can find at on our website, online.lsu.edu. Your application is there. You'll choose your program within that application. And you'll notice at the end of all of these questions, reach out to your enrollment concierge to help. This is what we're here for. If you can't find it, if you don't see your program listed, if you're just nervous to click around in it because you're afraid you're going to mess something up, give us a call. We'll walk you through it. Totally not a problem. Is there an application fee? There is an application fee for all of our campuses. When filling out the application, some programs do offer a fee waiver. Some programs have that option available. So again, reach out to us. Let us know that you watched this webinar. If you're wanting to fill out an application, we can get you a code if there is one available. What transcripts are required? Morgan can attest to this. All of them. We need all of them. The biggest and probably the most time-consuming part of the application process is requesting transcripts, because admissions will need a transcript from any college or university that you have attended. And that's something that your enrollment concierge will go over with you. Some students have transcripts show up, you know, when they took a dual enrollment class in high school. We need it. And it's something that we can help you with. We can help you track those transcripts down, but they are needed. So just go ahead and start requesting them. If you know you're going to need them, start requesting them. Will my classes transfer in? So each program has a different process when it comes to transfer credit. We, as an enrollment concierge team, we can help you look at those credits. There are a couple websites that we use across campuses. A&M uses Tiger transfer tables. LSUA uses Transferology. We have resources that will let you look at your transfer credit on a really kind of preliminary basis before we can get you in front of your academic advisor and get a degree audit done. So there are things that we can do to take a look at those and kind of give you an idea of what you're working with, but your hard and fast decision about transfer credit will come once your degree audit is done by your academic advisor. You'll know how many transfer credits came in with you, how many applied to your program, how many classes you've got left to complete, all of that kind of thing. How do I know what classes to take? Again, about your academic advisor. There is someone that works within your department that will complete that degree audit for you, and that will let you know what classes you need to take in what succession to make sure that you are on track to graduate. Your learner concierge will be the one to make sure that you know who your academic advisor is. They'll make sure that you know how to register for classes, when to register for classes. They kind of hold your hand through that whole process to make sure that you're getting what you need there. I've gotten locked out of my Moodle. What do? We get that a lot because technology is great when it works, right? Sometimes it doesn't work. Your learner concierge will be the one to that you'll need to reach out to. They can help troubleshoot those issues for you. We do have an IT section on our website. So if it's the weekend or a holiday and you need help right then and you can't wait until Monday to get in touch with your learner concierge, we do have that option as well, the IT section on our website. Next is, will my diploma read LSU Online? No, your diploma will read the name of the campus that you completed your degree. It will not notate that you were an LSU Online student. So if you graduate from the Baton Rouge campus, I confuse everyone when I say A&M, but LSU A&M is the Baton Rouge campus. If you graduate in Baton Rouge, your degree will just say Louisiana State University. If you graduate in Alexandria, your degree will read Louisiana State University at Alexandria. If you graduate in Eunice, Louisiana State University at Eunice, but no online anywhere. You are getting the same degree taught by the same faculty as the on-campus students are, so there's no need to notate that you were an online student. Can I walk at graduation? I've talked about this the whole time. Yes, 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 yes. You will be invited to the graduation to the campus for your specific program. And you'll be able to walk at commencement with all of the on-campus students. We do have a separate kind of commencement celebration for our online students where we get to meet you and you get to meet your learner concierge. That's where Mike the Tiger has been. We feed you. It's just a fun day. It's just a fun day for us, but we do encourage you to come be a part of that celebration because that's a huge day for you. You are an LSU graduate at that point, and we encourage you to come to those types of celebrations.
Christian, let me just answer a couple questions here real quick, if you don't mind.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So when we got a military question, if you're in the military, how can you ensure you get credit for your military training? So when you come through admissions, the way we load military credit is going to be as general elective credit. So each course will just add to your hours, and it will not affect your GPA. Once you are admitted and you are assigned to your senior college and your advisor, you'll work with them to see what their program will accept specifically, because each program has their own PLAs, pass credit, things like that they'll accept. So once you get in and once you're admitted and get with your advisor, they'll be able to walk you through about what exactly will go to their program. And then, so another question, why do we need all the transcripts? If you don't want to have them included, why do you have to send them all in? So essentially, what's going to happen is you'll get flagged. If we admit you, you'll be flagged. You will not be able to schedule you. We can't do anything until we get those documents. You know, so we have some students, you know, sometimes they may forget, they get it back to us, we admit them, and we'll get called in to say, this student is flagged. We can't proceed to do anything more with them until we get all of these transcripts. So it's just better to have it sent in from the beginning, you know, instead of getting admitted and almost getting started and then just kind of having to stop to have to send them in again. If you have any specific questions about certain situations like that, you can definitely send me an email though, and we can try to look into it more too.
Fantastic. There is a question in the webinar chat. Is the enrollment concierge assigned before or after starting the application? So it depends on how far you get without us finding out that you're starting. So if you go to our website online and you fill out an inquiry form, those leads are sent to us. So essentially before you start an application, just expressing interest, those are sent to the enrollment concierge that works with whatever particular program that lead is for. And then that'll be your enrollment concierge through the entire time. Sometimes students bypass that step and they go ahead and fill out an application. Once an application comes through, those are sorted by program and then delegated out to the appropriate enrollment concierge. So both, to answer your question, we would like for you to start out with us. So go and fill out that lead form. If you think you even may be interested in a program, submit one of those inquiry forms online. Those come straight to us, and then we can start the conversation and help you start walking through that process. Okay, so this is our contact information. We are currently enrolling for the next term, as you saw on that slide that had our dates on it. There's a term that starts June 29th. We are currently taking applications for that. The deadline is June 15th. This is our main line. Give us a call. Call us and ask questions. We are here to help Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. We will get you in touch with someone. Our enrollment coordinators stay on the phone, and if one of the enrollment concierges are available, they transfer you directly to us, or they set you an appointment with us. Our calendars they stay filled with students, sometimes just asking questions. Some of them don't even have an application in yet. So ask questions, make sure that you get all the information that you need, and we will help you do that. And then once you are ready, we help you start that application process. We also have an email address, lsuonline@lsu.edu. So if you have any questions and if you're like me, I hate calling the doctors to schedule my own appointments. So if you don't want to talk on the phone, send us an email. we converse via email as well. That's a shared email address. Those emails do get forwarded to the enrollment concierge that works directly with your program. So shoot us an email, give us a call, visit our website, online.lsu.edu. Get in touch with us and we will get you started, is the bottom line of this whole process. Any more questions? I think I see one. What is the substitute for labs in science courses? So in these 100% online programs, there are no labs, and they are done, asynchronously, which means you never have to go to campus. There's no minimum amount of time that you have to spend in the course. So none of the sciences that correspond with any of our online programs require that you go on campus to complete a lab. There are things that professors do to, enhance engagement. So if there is something that may lend itself towards needing a more hands-on environment, you may have more group projects to complete, or you may have more, projects that you have to present to your class via video or something like that. So there are things that professors do to engage students to make sure that you are getting, that you are equipped with the knowledge that you need, and that you have practiced enough and seen enough to make sure that that material is tangible for you. Let's see.
So I can answer this one. For on-campus questions, you can email admissions@lsu.edu. We do still have people always answering emails. I'll send a message with the phone number. We do still have people working, the virtual call center from their homes. So they're always on the phone. So I'll send that through as well.
Awesome. There are a couple other questions. Christina says, how long is one course? Example, how many number of weeks? So each course is offered in an 8-week format. Every course lasts for 8 weeks. And students have the option to take 1 or 2 classes at a time. One class per 8-week module is considered a part-time student. 2 classes per 8-week module is considered a full-time student. There are a couple other questions in the chat here. I love when you guys ask questions. This is awesome.
The session is being recorded. Yeah. Where will it be at, Christian, after?
We will email you out a link. So just check your email. At some point today, we will email you the link, and this whole webinar will be recorded for you. There'll be a link in there. Let's see. For financial aid, is the federal subsidized, unsubsidized loan amounts for this, are they the same for online as on-campus programs? Morgan, you work a little bit closer with financial aid. Do you know?
Let me look into that.
Okay.
And let me look into that real quick.
Okay. So see, this is one of those things. If we don't know an answer right offhand, we do not want to give you bad information. Morgan is going to jot down your name really fast, and we'll double check on that. Financial aid, again, is just one of those things that can run their own small country. They handle everything in-house. We don't do a ton of financial advising on the concierge side. We can talk about tuition and fees and help you fill out your FAFSA and that sort of thing. But as far as financial aid questions go, we always want to double check those with financial aid just to make sure you're getting accurate information. Let's see. Is the semester going to be online only or on campus? So I'm guessing you are referring to the pandemic that we are currently going through and the fact that campus is closed. As far as all of our programs, LSU Online programs are always 100% online. Our students do not go to campus for anything. As far as on-campus closures, I know that we are in phase 1 of returning to campus. I don't know what that means for students. I'm sure there will be some announcement made by the president at some point regarding fall classes, but at this point, I'm not sure if students are going to go on campus or online yet. Oh, Patrick, thanks, Patrick. Patrick Box is our marketing guru at LSU. He let me know that our webinar will also be on our website and posted on YouTube in about a week. So once we wrap up today, it'll be sent to him. He'll send out the follow-up and then make sure that you guys have access to that in a couple of different forums. Also, Patrick just let me know that there will still be students on campus this fall, but in a limited capacity. So like I said, it's looking like phase 1. They're phasing people back on campus. But LSU's #1 priority is to make sure that students are safe. LSU is a big place with a lot of students. So they want to make sure that as we phase people back, that there are the proper precautions taken to make sure that students are able to go to class and live on campus, eat in the dining halls in as safe a proximity as possible. Got another question pop up here. Can one transfer to LSU Online from another state? Are there resources or scholarships for non-residents of Louisiana? excuse me. So yes, you can be an LSU Online student from anywhere in the world as long as you have a Wi-Fi connection. That is really the only thing that would stop you from coming to LSU Online. And even still, you could do it from a Starbucks, seat. There's Wi-Fi there. So yes, there is no in-state or out-of-state tuition. It is a flat tuition fee. So out-of-state students pay the same as in-state students. As far as scholarships, we aren't, and Patrick can chime in on this in their little box and correct me if I'm wrong, but I know at the current moment, we aren't currently offering scholarships for our online students. Obviously, if you are awarded an outside scholarship that is not school specific, we do honor that. But as far as scholarships coming from LSU Online, those aren't being offered at this time. Resources though, for out-of-state students, you have your enrollment concierge, you have your learner concierge, and then your academic advisor as well. We connect you, you're connected to us, and then we try to keep you connected to all of the resources that are on campus, students have access to. So we try to keep you as in the loop as possible so you don't feel like you're missing anything being out of state. There is, I totally forgot about this, Patrick, thank you. On the note of scholarships, there is a career change scholarship in the form of a discount on certain non-credit programs. So that's run through our continuing ed department, and it's something that you can look into also on our website, but it's non-credit programs. So still for the 4 credit programs, associates, bachelor's, and master's degrees, no scholarships as of yet. Hopefully in the future, I think that would be great, but not yet. Morgan, can TOPS be used for LSU online classes?
I'm sorry, repeat that for me one more time.
Can TOPS be used for LSU online classes?
Sorry, you're coming at me with these financial aid questions. I mean, as far as I know, I wouldn't see why not. And as far as I'm finding with financial aid, it would apply to online students. How much you receive is going to be dependent on how many courses you're taking, and that applies for on campus as well. But as far as TOPS and these financial aid questions, I'm going to send the email for the financial aid office, and somebody we have a contact with in financial aid who works with online students as well. And so she'll be a lot more helpful than I can, especially when it comes to issues like this. I definitely don't want to give you guys the wrong answer. So let me get that contact information out, and she'll be able to get y'all. One second.
Awesome. Alrighty, you guys, any other questions? Such great questions. I love when you guys ask questions because doing it every day, we just kind of get in the routine. We know how it goes. We know how the inner workings are woven together. So you guys bring things to our attention that we missed and that we didn't cover. So thanks so much for those questions. Super helpful. Anything else, you guys?
Yeah, let me just add this. So, yeah, Devin Alexander is in financial aid for our online financial aid. I'm going to send her email address to you guys. And like I said, she works with online students, so she'll know a good bit more than Christian and I will know.
I do know the financial aid main line. Like I said, financial aid is so great. And if you want to give them a call and iron out any of your questions there, their number is 225-578-1303. I'm going to put that in the chat box, 225-578-1303. So if you guys want to jot that number down, that's the main line to financial aid, and they will 100% be able to answer any questions that you have.
Christian, is this LSU A?
Let's see, my JC advisor is pushing hard for a language. Is this required by LSU? I mean, they're required you to take a foreign language. Is that what we're talking about? If so, some programs do require a certain number of hours in a foreign language. Some of them don't. If you go to our website, it will list all of our programs from associates to bachelor's to master's degrees, and you can click in the individual program, and there's a tab down at the bottom that says required courses or course listings or something like that. One of those two, and it'll tell you what courses are required to complete that program. That coupled with our LSU academic catalog that you can Google, you'll find that on Google. It'll give you, the full listing of what it will take to complete that degree if it's something that your JC advisor is needing to see for your particular program. That's all online as well. All right, you guys, anything else? Any other questions? If we end and you think of a question, please feel free to reach out. We are not going away. We're going back to our desks. So let's go back here. This phone number here, this main line, as well as that email address, you can reach out to us directly by either one of those. If you want to visit the website and look around a little bit, in the top right-hand corner, I think, is a request more information box where you'll put in your name and your contact information so we can reach out to you, fill those out. We'll give you a call. However we can best get this information to you guys is how we want to do it. So just let us know how we can help. Thank you guys so much for, how long did we spend? 45 minutes. Thank you so much for 45 minutes of your time today. I hope you learned something. I hope this was helpful. If nothing else, you have our contact information now. So you'll be able to reach out to us. Morgan and I are here to help through the entire process almost. And we really want you guys to, obviously, to become an LSU student, but to have the best educational experience possible. And we are just two of the people of a ginormous LSU Online team to help make that happen. So thank you guys for your time. Thank you, Morgan, for giving us your afternoon.
Yes.
And if there are no other questions, I will go ahead and end this. I'm never really good at ending these meetings. It always takes me a couple seconds. So off. We are done. I will figure out how to close this. Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.
Bye, everybody.